We are doing something different. I am not doing an intro anymore. It's just, I can't remember every single word for word. And I feel like a robot, and I'm not a robot. So that brings me to today's topic. But hello, I will introduce myself still. I am Jessica, and I'm the host of A Stronger You podcast, where I help you expand your mind so you can become a stronger version of yourself. I literally basically just did the intro. I don't know. It's gonna be however I feel in the moment, okay? Sometimes you won't get an intro, sometimes you will. And I feel like there's a lot of people on the internet, in the world, who are honestly really scared to put their real selves out there because social media, man, it makes us feel like you have to be so perfect and you have to do it by the books. And just because this person has gained 10,000 followers in 6 months means that you have to do it the exact way she did it. And in reality, when you don't listen to your deepest, truest, authentic self, you're stuffing your gifts down. You're stuffing the energy down that really wants to come up. When you were a little girl or a little boy and you were yourself, right? Because when we're little, we're just who we are before society tries to strip it away from us. We are just who we are. And when I was in second grade, I was called nosy by a girl on the playground. And I remember, I went home and I asked my mom, what does nosy mean? And my mom said, well, that just means you ask a lot of questions. And my heart felt like it broke in half. And so I stopped asking questions because I didn't want to be called nosy. I didn't want to have this like, oh, they don't like me because I'm nosy. And that's how I took it. And that was how I took it. So me being myself means me asking questions. Means a girl on the playground didn't like that. So I stuffed it down. So for all these years, but until I healed it, I stopped asking questions. I'm a curious ass person. And if you're watching this and if this resonates with you, you might just be a curious ass person too. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions at all. At all. Okay, I work with some of the top entrepreneurs in the world. I work with some of the biggest fitness companies in the world. And you best believe I'd be asking questions, okay? Because I'm curious. And it's better to ask questions than not. And I love those teachers who say there is no stupid question. Because there really isn't. Okay? We don't know it all. The person next to you doesn't know it all. The teacher, sometimes, most of the time, no one knows it all. What am I saying? I was about to try to defend the teacher. No one knows it all, period. I don't know it all. Tony Robbins doesn't know it all. Dr. Joe Dispenza doesn't know it all. Okay? They know a lot. They're very well educated, but no one knows it all, period. I had to get that up. I had to get that off my chest. And it's so interesting because I was going to do this podcast about the scarcity versus abundance mindset. But literally this just came out. And so I'm just letting it through. And, going back to you being yourself and you being your authentic self, that's how I wanted to start this episode. In the past few episodes, I've been cutting them out so you guys don't know, but I've had to say the intro 2 times. Sometimes I get it on the first shot, but sometimes I don't because I don't know. And then I realized, maybe it just doesn't resonate with me all the time. And that's okay. Just because you do it one way the one time doesn't mean you have to do it the same exact way the next time. And yes, social media makes it feel like you have to. All these people who only put perfection out on their pages, perfection out on their website. You gonna tell me you ain't human? But a lot of people are scared to show that because most of the time something happened in their childhood that when they tried to be themselves, It got stuffed down. And I'm telling you, allow yourself to dive back into yourself as a little girl, as a little boy, and see if there's something that happened. When was the last time you remember? When was the first time in your life that you remembered you were yourself and you got shamed for it, or you were told not to do it? Because you can heal from anything. You can heal yourself. So once you once you have the awareness about it, then you get to work in toward the direction of healing it. Then you get set free from it. And that's something that I know attracts a lot of my audience and my people, is me being my authentic self. And no matter what you're doing in life, if you be your authentic self and it's backed by passion and love, you will succeed, period. There is no doubt about that. If you want to become an online fitness coach, and there are thousands of online fitness coaches, if you just be your authentic self, which is you being different, not like the rest, you will succeed. Because yes, the fitness industry can be oversaturated, but also change your mindset. Is anyone doing it how I'm doing it? Because my little girl wants to do video check-ins when all the other fitness online coaches are just doing email check-ins. Girl, do you? Do you, boo, boo. There's no right or wrong. And when it comes to Instagram, allow yourself to get inspiration. Allow yourself to get inspired from these people. But I want to invite you to have this perspective shift and know that just because someone is doing something doesn't mean you have to do it. Yes, it's a great idea, but does it fully resonate with you? You might see that they're super successful with the way they had their launch, but is that how you want to do your launch? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. So I'm tapped in, girl. I'm tapped in right now. We talking the truth. We talking the facts. My Jersey accent comes out when I get into it. For those of you who don't know, I live in Austin. I just moved here from Miami, but I'm originally from Jersey. So you can only imagine how much life I have inside of this mind, this body, and this soul. So takeaway from this episode is be your authentic self. And if you don't know what your authentic self is, explore what makes you happy. When you go shopping, what do you really want to buy? And when I say you, I'm really talking to your inner child. And if you have no idea what an inner child means, an inner child is basically you as a little girl, when you were a little girl or a little boy, your inner child. What lights you up? For me, there's a lot of things that light me up. But for example, whenever I see the colors baby pink and baby blue together, I'm like, oh. So find what lights you up, and you can do that in your business. You can have fun. You can make people laugh. You can make people smile. You can joke around. You can be you, be funny, smile, laugh, let your personality shine. I'm literally reading this off of my wall right now because I have that in front of my desk to constantly remind my brain and reprogram and rewire my brain to know that it's okay to smile. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to be me. And it's the right thing to do to let your personality shine. You can do it. Put your back into it. You can do it. Put your back into it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I have no idea what I'm going to title this episode, but this is how a lot of episodes, how many times can I say episodes, are going to be like when they're just super natural, super tapped in, and I just go. And last takeaway I want you guys to receive is don't overthink things, right? Like, don't overthink things. If you're about to go see a client, or if you're about to sit down for a podcast, or if you're about to step on stage and do a performance, don't overthink it. Have fun. Tap into your inner child. And what would that inner child do? Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Now I'm reading this off of my computer because I cannot forget to include these things at the end because I'm new to podcasting. So I get to drill this in my head. If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, please. Subscribe, drop a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed this type of video and what your biggest takeaway was. I love to know your takeaways. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love when you guys comment and give me your feedback and give me your situations. Like that's what really keeps me going. And it also gives me ideas on what I get to talk about so I can support you. Because I'm doing this for me, but also for you. For you. It's not about me. It's not about who I'm dating. It's not about the color nails I have on my nails, the hair dye I use. Yes, if you ask me, I'll tell you I'm not a gatekeeper. But the intention of this podcast is blah, 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 is to support you in your bigness, in your mastery, in your loveliness, in your essence, all of it. And if you are listening to this on Apple, Spotify, podcasts, please don't forget to download and rate and review. And something I just realized was the other day, I thought I was subscribed to this guy on podcast. And because I hadn't listened to his podcast in a while, it stopped automatically downloading. So if y'all like are into podcasts, if you don't like continue to listen to it, it'll stop automatically downloading. Like, okay. Download my episodes. It helps the sister out. But I will talk to you guys next week in my next episode. Bye.